So we might have just had one of the best nights in boxing history. It was an amazing, phenomenal night. 3 insane cards that just delivered on all ends, right? So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. I want to give an honorary shout out to Gary Russell, the 18th. I didn't know it was like that. He was like walking on clouds, moving like lightning, punching with thunderous force. He was insane. I don't remember his opponent's name. I don't really care about his opponent because Gary Russell was on point. He was just locked in on a whole nother degree. Brought fire and just put his opponent out. I think it was a body shot, but I wasn't even looking at the knockout. I was looking at his just movement and speed around the ring. It looked unreal. It was just a phenomenal performance, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out because he was on the prelims, and that was like main card type of fighting. That skill that he showed, where do we see that? But moving on to this Manny Pacquiao card, we just keep going on that. We had Pitbull Cruz versus Salcido, which I thought personally would have been a walk-down fight, but Salcido survived all 12 rounds. I didn't think that he could last that long in that fight, but he's resistant. He can endure a lot of pain. I give that to him, because Pitbull came swinging everything out his toolbox. He just looked for bloody murder and brought the fire. And what more can you say? He just kind of tried to bull rush Salcido down to nothingness, and it didn't necessarily. It worked. Obviously, it worked. That was a unanimous ass whooping, but it didn't necessarily put him down. He didn't land that shot that knocked him out. He didn't land like that Rolly Romero drunken shot. So shouts out to Pitbull Cruz. Moving on to the next big fight, Tim Tszyu versus Fundora. I didn't expect Tim Tszyu to last all 12 rounds. I thought he would get knocked down because I believe that he wasn't the same fighter that we once saw against Mendoza, against Tony Harrison. Before the first Fendor fight, I didn't believe he was the same fighter, and he delivered a better performance than I expected. He showed I didn't think the power was there, but he could land on Fundora quite a lot, power shots too. And he just showed a lot more than I thought that he could bring out against Fundora, being how the range of Fundora and how tall Fundora is. I didn't think that he would necessarily survive 5 rounds. So seeing that he survived 7, great job. Still, shouts out to Fundora. He just got accepted into Harvard. He's a phenomenal boxer, intelligent boxer, I guess, but he's working his way up the totem pole. And next we have Manny Pacquiao versus Marios Barrios, and I believe it went exactly how I expected, with Mario Barrios kind of just dragging Manny along. If you never watched Mario Barrios fight, that's not how he fight. He was holding back. Whether you want to believe it or not, that is the truth. Mario Barrios is like a 12 round, just slug it out if it comes to that. If you haven't watched his last few fights, every fight at welterweight that he had, even his fight with Gervonta Davis, he showed it in the 10th round because, okay, we gave the fans what he want. They saw Manny Pacquiao move around, throw a couple punches. But if you don't know Mario Barrios' style, he is a type of fighter to just guns a-blazing. When it comes time, like Azteca Warrior is his motto. He wants to destroy and conquer. So what we saw was like him giving the legend and giving the fans what we all wanted to see. Manny Pacquiao in the ring. And it was apparent that he wanted to get him out of there. He was satisfied, or he felt that he gave the fans the show they needed at the 10th round when he actually started to throw. When he actually started to put the pressure on Manny Pacquiao. Because he kept it mainly jabs. And before you say, oh, the movement of Manny Pacquiao was just that great. No, it wasn't. Manny, he was like more refreshed and more... I didn't expect all of that, but he wasn't exactly the Manny Pacquiao we're all used to seeing. He wasn't 2005, 2006 Manny Pacquiao running through what was he at that time? Like, I don't know. He went through so many divisions. It is beyond insane. But 8 division world champion. He could have gotten one this night, but a draw seems like what was supposed to happen. It feels like that's what they wanted, just for boxing legacy, I guess. But it was still good to see Manny Pacquiao perform. Hearing him walk out and everybody screaming his name, Manny, Manny, man, that was exciting. And there's no like stars like that. We got Gervonta Davis, but he kind of tanked his career. We got Shakur Stevenson, but he's not hitting the fans the correct way. We got a bunch of European stars, but since they can't really connect with the American audience, they're not necessarily brought to the level of Manny Pacquiao, Roy Jones. There's no superstars right now. And the one superstar, or two, Canelo Alvarez, two superstars that we have isn't necessarily doing what they're supposed to do as star talents. So we had 2 other cards last night, phenomenal cards. Usyk versus Dubois. My God, why did Dubois fail us, man? I wanted to see Dubois take all, man. I wanted to see him become undisputed, out with the old, in with the new, and like lead the next generation of boxing. But this is what we're left with. Usyk reigning supreme. I'm not mad at it. He's 38 years old, and I think this is going to speak volumes for Terrence Crawford when he comes into the Canelo Alvarez fight, and they have their whole situation. Nobody can say Terrence Crawford is too old, that he's draining out because of his long history of fighting since, 15 years old. Nobody can say that anymore. With Usyk winning at 38 years of age, nobody can say a single thing about Terrence Bud Crawford. And I feel like, I don't know why people are bringing age into the topic of boxing nowadays. I feel like the science, if you know what I mean, the science of boxing has just evolved to another level where the top boxers are over 35. Crawford, Usyk, Beterbiev, Tyson Fury. All of these boxers are over the age of 35. where boxers were retiring. That's when you were over the hill back then. But now it's like it's your prime with this new age of science in boxing being interjected into boxing. But Usyk, shouts out, amazing performance, reigns supreme, phenomenal talent, and it happened the exact way that I thought it would. I believe that what would have happened was Daniel Dubois like throws this wide angled punch, and then Usyk can come in between. It's like, let me explain this. Wide looping shot that left a lot of space in between Daniel Dubois that allowed Usyk with his like technique and his IQ to just slip in between that shot and counter him. And yes, that's exactly what happened. I was trying to say it wasn't exactly what happened, but a lot of the counters came from Daniel Dubois' wide looping shots. So yeah, that's what happened. And then lastly, of this amazing night of boxing, we had Bam Rodriguez go against Kaku. I didn't expect this to last 10 rounds, but still, Bam Rodriguez, he's one of them. He's like a Matias with more technique. Excuse me, but he was letting all the punches out. He held nothing back in that 10th round. He was no mercy, merciless, a mercenary in the ring, coming for his blood money. He was letting those shots go. Now, Kaku, good fighter. I kind of expected the knockout in a war between these two fighters because they both hold the power. They both are like looking to knock out their opponent. So I expected a knockout, but I expected it more early simply because of the advantages Bam Rodriguez had with his resume and his skill level. And I feel like stylistically, Bam Rodriguez is more defensively sound and offensively tuned to like opponents that aren't going to focus on defense. Because I didn't see Kaku having like some like insane defense. I didn't see that. I felt like Kaku was mainly looking for the knockout, just like a very aggressive fighter. I didn't think that he was I didn't think he could last 10 rounds, but shouts out to that. Shouts out to Kaku, I guess. Bam Rodriguez proved the point in San Antonio, Texas. And I can't wait. He already had a fight lined up. So I can't wait to see him against Martinez. I think that's going to be another knockout. And a lot of people are talking about him versus Nakatani. I feel like that's a great fight. I'm going to just leave it there. I feel like if Bam goes against Nakatani after Martinez, historic run of a champion.